Are you enjoying the journey of your child? How the child is learning? A very interesting discussion I had with one of my friends who just remarked that his young child was looking at the television. The child was not even a year old. I was really wondering what the child would have imagined in his or her mind when they looked at the television. Certainly we don't know. But the question basically is that it should be a piece of light, a piece of sound that has impacted the child. But then, is that a good proposition? Today, a lot of technology has flown in, and I could see the parents handing over a mobile phone to a small baby or leaving the baby before a television. And I think researchers also indicate, not only my thinking, is that researchers also indicate that these have certain negative impacts on the growth profile of the child. Right? And I think we should avoid providing technological environment to the children who are just born. There are very interesting observations which have come out that many children have now gone introvert, many children have become aggressive, many children have become, very reactive because they are not taken care of by their parents. They are not enjoying the emotional comforts that they need at this growth, this age from their parents. And therefore, I think the care given by the parents, the mother, the father, the grandparents, all this is very, very important for the growth profile of the child. I think we call this as social learning. It is not a textbook learning. It is a social learning which imparts certain kind of life skills to the baby right at the formative level. Right? They may be very informal. Education should not be considered as always formal. As a matter of fact, I used to say I learned a lot from my grandmother rather than my own school when I was young. And as the child grows, when the baby becomes 4th or 5th month, the child starts crawling. And psychologists say that crawling is a very important aspect of the human growth. When the child crawls, the left and the right, what's happening? It's in the brain, the right brain and the left brain are impacted. The right brain controls the left side of the body and the left brain controls the right side of the body, and therefore when the baby starts crawling, the right and the left, and you will find the engagement of the right and the left brain takes place, and there is a lateralization of the brain that helps the holistic development of the brain of the baby. Therefore, the doctors say, psychologists say, allow the baby to crawl as much as possible so that there is a healthy growth of the brain. I think one of the most important things we need to take care of is the brain profile of the child, which is important for the entire life. That's one of the reasons the latest policy, National Policy on Education, talks about early childhood care and education. We are not talking about early childhood education anymore. We are also talking about early childhood care. And I think the role of the family, the role of the house in the educational profile of the child forms the foundation for the entire life. We will get back to you the next session.